It's about the fact that when she went to study in the United States and Australia, she always had to read everything in English. And she became an A student. So she became an excellent straight A student, basically, but having to learn everything in her second language and noticing that it was easier for other, like Australians, for example, to become friends with each other because they had insider discourse with one another. And she eventually realized recently that she took a class where it was about Chinese culture. In that class, all the other students read the translations of those Chinese pieces of literature, and she read the originals. She noticed that the effort that she put into that class was way lower, and she was still able to get an A. And she suddenly realized that she had been putting herself at a disadvantage her entire life. Like her entire academic life, basically. Up until this point, she had made everything like 3-4 times as hard as it needed to be so that she could accommodate the institutions which she's studying in the US and Australia academically. And that she didn't want to have to identify as learning English as a second language anymore, and that it was extra obstacle, and that people at these institutions didn't see the extra effort that she was putting in and appreciating it to the degree that it needed to be, and people weren't making the effort to befriend her to the degree to which she thought would be appropriate, according to the video, to order coffee. But obviously she's at Harvard. She's gonna have to read some books in English, but she's not gonna go above and beyond anymore to like get her Cambridge English dictionary out when she's studying.
I understand. I read the article. I feel like this is, as someone who was kind of thrown into a society where a different language is spoken, you kind of have to make a lot of extra efforts to be part of that culture. I guess she's just given up on getting better. You know, like she's not going to actively seek to be better at English. Like, So
I thought this was really interesting for a variety of reasons. And she points out some of those. This is a quote from her. Actually, I think she's quoting an academic here, but it says, native speakers found their lives easier, not because their English is better than mine. It is because they had the good fortune to be raised in environments where their native language acquisition coincides with the dominant linguistic group.